So I just want to do a quick review of this wheel spinner. I bought it off Amazon. This is the box it came in. This one's from a company called TIITC, but a ton of companies sell this spinner. It costs about $10 to $12 on Amazon, and a lot of other places sell it. I've seen this called the wheel spinner. I've also seen it called the wagon wheel spinner. So I'm just going to call it the wheel spinner for now, but essentially it's a really lightweight spinner with a plastic wheel with 5 spokes, an R188 bearing, and this brass outside. I guess it would be the tire, but it's really just a circumference here. This one weighs 32 grams or 31.9 grams. It's light. Lighter than I expected, and it's almost silent. Here's it relative in size to a normal hand spinner, and here's the volume, just comparison. You can see these are 1/2 inch across, so it's 1, 2, just about 2.5 inches in diameter. So, reasonable size, but not too big. Here's it relative to a torque bar. There's really not much to it. It's this brass outside, and I've seen this one's smooth, and most of the ones on Amazon are smooth, but I've also seen it knurled. One of the spinners called the Wagon Wheel Fidget Spinner from Addictive Fidget Spinners. It's like $17, and it looks exactly like this, but the outside has knurling, which I think looks cool, but I don't know if it's worth an extra, almost doubling the price. Like I said, the spokes are just plastic, kind of cheap feeling, and then there's this 2 plastic buttons. Have not opened this one up yet, just because it's spinning really smoothly. Let's see if I could get it off. Yeah. And again, this is the first time I'm removing these caps. Try to push them through. There's the bearing. It looks like it's a still sealed. And it's just pressed into the plastic right there. So that sealed design is probably why it feels so smooth and it spins so quietly, but it probably means the maximum spin time is decreased because of it. This thing will definitely act as a wheel does. So I guess that's not nothing. I found that using this one-handed is fine, but not great. You can get a pretty good flick to it, but I feel like it's just a little constrictive on my hands, which is strange because the spinner is not super small, but using that closed design with 5 spokes means that there's really not a lot of room for your finger to go in, and I could flick it in either direction and it'll go for a while. Some spinners, when you flip it, there'll be a lot of weird side-to-side action, and that comes from having not very many essentially radii sticking out. So if there's 2, you get a lot of this side-to-side jutter. With a essentially a wheel, there's less of that, so you don't really lose any angular momentum as you turn it, which is nice. So you don't have to worry about holding it really still while you're holding it, or keeping it really still while you're holding it, because you don't lose much speed when you do this. Whereas with something with only 2 sides to it, every time you spin, you lose a lot of speed. Every time you rotate, you lose a lot of speed. So I guess if you move your hands a lot, this wheel design might be a big advantage for you. Past that, I'm definitely not a huge fan of this spinner. Like aesthetically, I think it just doesn't look very nice. It's really lightweight. I get an okay flick from it, but nothing great. It doesn't have a very satisfying feel to me, and I really don't like how it looks. But I know this one's really popular, and for $10, it really is a pretty solid deal. I just wish they made it, you know, they just cleaned up this plastic a little bit. Maybe that was metal. I think the knurling would have been nicer. So anyway, just some quick thoughts on the wagon wheel spinner. I'll do a separate video with a spin time, because I feel like this thing's going to go for a few minutes. Overall, I'd say it's pretty good, but not my favorite, and it's really, more than anything, is not to my preference. So there you go. Thanks for watching.